I'd like to welcome everybody to Keystone Aquatic Center for session number 6 of the Junior Keystone Classic. Again, we'll be going alternating between girls and boys events. Before we begin, I would like to everybody please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Event number 21, girls 13-14, 200-yard freestyle. One heat in lane 2, Hatboro. In lane 4, Nittany Lion. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 8, Lancaster Aquatic Club. Mr. Referee. Okay, that's going to start us off with event number 21, which is girls 13-14, 200-yard freestyle. We have one heat of that. We had 2 heats already swimming this morning, so our third heat tonight is made up of 4 teams, swimming in the even lanes only. So in lane 2 is Hatboro, lane 4 Nittany Lion, lane 6 Jersey Wahoos, and in lane 8 Lancaster Aquatic Club. Again, this is going to be a 200-yard freestyle relay, so it's going to be quick, 450s. All these seed times are basically comprised times from all 450 frees. We haven't had a lot of chances to swim a relay in over a year, so most of the seed times you'll see here are basically a composite of 450s. Okay, looks like we have a really close race here between Hatboro and Nittany Lion. We had a 23-8 for a split there from Hatboro. That's moving for all ages, let alone a 13-year-old or 14-year-old. Nittany Lion seems to be taking a bit of a lead here, coming in with a 24.28 split. Looking at this, I know our seed times here look like they're about 141. Looks like it's a real good shot for at least Nittany Lion to be under that 140 barrier, which would be an average of 450s. 4 swimmers swimming at 25.0. So we have Nittany Lion taking the heat with a 141.83, followed by Hatboro with a 142.54, followed by Lancaster Aquatic Club. The next event will be event 22, boys 13-14, 200-yard freestyle relay. Event number 22, boys 13-14, 200-yard freestyle. Final heat, heat number 3. In lane 2, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 4, Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. In lane 6, Suburban Seahawks. And in lane 8, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee. We're at event number 22, boys 13-14, 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 2 is Keystone. In lane 4, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 6, Suburban Seahawks. And in lane 8, we have Jersey Wahoos. Again, this is the boys 13-14, 200-yard freestyle. 4 swims of 50 yards each. Suburban Suburban is out with the lead with a lead-off sum of a 22.81, followed closely by Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. Going into the last leg. Going into the last leg, we have Suburban in at a 109. Pittsburgh Elite in at 110. Closing the gap then. Keystone Aquatics at a 112. And Jersey Wahoos at a 114 with the final swimmer to go. Looks like Suburban Swim Club is still going to be able to hold on to this lead and the win. Again, yes, that is Suburban Swim Club. Suburban with a 132 for the win, followed closely by Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics at a 134.9, Keystone at a 135.9, and Jersey Wahoos at a 138.77. Event number 33, girls 11-12, 200-yard free relay. Heat number 2 of 2, in lane 2, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 4, Hatboro. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoo. And in lane 8, Lancaster Aquatic Club. Mr. Referee. Okay, the swimmers are off. Event 33, girls 11-12, 200-yard free relay. In lane 2, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 4, Hatboro. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. And in lane 8, Lancaster Aquatic Club. Again, we've already swum one heat earlier today for this event. And when both heats are finally finished, then the times will be combined and we'll have a winner for each of the events, not the heats. There is no prelims final for these relays. It is a timed final event. We have Jersey Wahoos out to the lead here with a quick stellar of a 25.5. Remember, this is 11, 12-year-old girls going 25.5 for the leadoff swim. We have a really close race here between lane 6 and lane 8. Jersey Wahoos and Lancaster Aquatic Club being separated by just under 0.2 of a second. At the turn mark here, still got a slight lead for Suburban Swim Club. And then it looks like we have a battle for third place between Hatboro and Keystone. Again, we're coming into our final leg swimmer of the race. Jersey Wahoos has extended the lead with a 26.71 for the split, where everybody else was at a 28 mid. We have a real close race for third. Lancaster Aquatic Club holding on to that second place, where Hatboro and Keystone are making chase. But it looks like Jersey Wahoos are going to swim away with this swim. Jersey Wahoos come in at a 144.29 for the first, followed by Lancaster Aquatic Club 147, followed by Hatboro at 148, and Keystone at a 149. Next on deck will be event number 34. Number 34, boys 11-12 200-yard free relay. We have one heat in lane 4, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee. Okay, the swimmers are in the water for event number 34, boys 11-12 200-yard free relay. Heat 1 of 1. In lane 4, we have Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. Remember, at the end of this meet, we will be doing medley relays for these swimmers. Everybody will be having a 200 medley for the 13-14s and 11-12 age groups at the end of the meet. At this meet, we can only swim one relay a day. We can't have multiple relays to try to limit the number of swims that we have for our swimmers so that we're not taxing them too much for the course of the meet. Okay, that brings us to our final leg of the race. We have Lancaster Aquatic Club out at a 118 for the first 3 legs, followed by Jersey Wahoos at a 122. That brings Lancaster Aquatic Club in with a win with a 143.73, followed by Jersey Wahoos at a 147.48. On deck is going to be event number 23. We should be at a 5-minute break right now. We are in the middle of a 5-minute break. A lot of the girls that just got done swimming the free relay will now be swimming the 100 free, so there is a short 5-minute break. Okay, we'd like to welcome everybody back for event number 23, girls 13-14, 100-yard IM. We have two heats in the B final. Oops, sorry. 13-14 girls 100-yard freestyle, not IM, freestyle. In the B final, in lane 1, Maddie Camden. In lane 2, Caitlin Colsar. In lane 3, Malia Bug from MAC. In lane 4, Ava Combs from PWAC. In lane 5, Cameron Tilger from Jersey Wahoos. In lane 6, Cameron Bear, Nittany Lion. In lane 7, Eliza Miller, Philadelphia Elite Aquatics. And in lane 8, Molly Hubel, BDA. Mr. Referee. As the public address announcer said, this is event number 23, girls 13-14, 100-yard freestyle. Top times this morning from the seed were 54.56 by Ava Coombs. In lane 4 this morning, top going out is in lane 5, a 26.91, followed closely by a 26.28 and a 26.29 out here in lane 8 with a quick front 50. At the 75 turn, it looks like it's still lane 4 in the lead. Again, Ava's time this morning in lane 4 was a 54.56. Let's see where she is coming back tonight on this finish. She finishes in a 54.03 for first. Second will go to Bear from the Nittany Lion Aquatic Club with a 54.97. On deck, heat number 2, which will be a final. In the A final, in lane 1, Hannah Klingsmith, Philadelphia Elite. In lane 2, Molly Workman, Nittany Lion. In lane 3, Renee Bach, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 4, Annie Jai, Upper Dublin. In lane 5, Ava Knopsnyder, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 6, Sarah Parker from Hatboro. In lane 7, Lydia Gonzalez. And in lane 8, Madison Wimmer from MAC. Mr. Referee. Top time coming back from this morning, Annie was at a 52.81. She was only one under 53. Everybody else was from a 54.0 down to a 53.11, so this should be a very tight heat. I know both Annie and Ava were last night. Were in the 500 free battling it out for the top couple spots. So coming into the 50, we have Annie's out in the 24.92. A little bit quicker than she was out this morning. I believe she was out in a 25.3 this morning. She's out in a 24.92 this evening. Got a nice close race between her and lane 3 from Jersey Wahoos. Okay, we're coming into finish. 51.99 for the win. In lane 4, Annie Zai with a 51.99, going from a 52.81 this morning. Second place up to lane 8, Wimmer with a 52.99. So Madison Wimmer from Monocacy dropped from a 54.0 to a 52.99 to take second. Event number 24, boys 13-14, 100-yard freestyle. In the B final, in lane 1, Noah Lang from Philadelphia Elite. In lane 2, Bobby Dempsey, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 3, Max Marr, Radnor. In lane 4, Gabriel Erb, Monocacy. In lane 5, Evan Barado, Penn Charter Aquatics. In lane 6, Eve Rachel, 5-star. In lane 6, Colin Davis from Tops. And in lane 8, Braden Todd, Keystone Aquatics. Mr. Referee. Okay, our top seed from this morning, Gabriel from Monocacy, was out, swam a 50.63, closely pursued by Evan from Penn Charter at a 50.75. That would be the middle of your pool. See if anybody else has the speed to stay with the two of them at 50 point. Max Marr, also from Radnor this morning, was a 50.75. Everybody else was a 51 point. It was a very close heat this morning, less than a second separated first through 8. Out in the lead, it is Gabriel from lane 4 from Monocacy, out in the 23.99. A couple other low 24s, but he's the only one out in a 23. Coming into the turns, very tight race between lanes 4, 5, 6, and 6, and 8. See who has the best finish coming into the wall here. And it is lane 4 with the win with a 50.59, followed closely by Evan from Penn Charter, and in third place, Braden Todd from Keystone Aquatics. A lot of the faster times here. Love to see faster swims from the evening than the morning. On deck is a final. Event number 24, boys 13-14, 100-yard freestyle. In the A final, in lane 1, Ben Shuda, Penn Charter. In lane 2, Hunter Raymer, Fox Chapel Killer Whales. In lane 3, Jacob Johnson from Suburban. In lane 4, Brandon Fleck, George School. In lane 5, Ken Yingley, Suburban. In lane 6, Ryan Wadsworth, Hatboro. In lane 7, JT Thompson from Monocacy. And in lane 8, Gab Coart, Lower Moreland. Mr. Referee. Gabe, that's yours. Sorry, that was Gabriel in lane 8 from Lower Moreland. Top time in this morning was Brandon Fleck from George School with a 48.40. Seems to be having a little bit of a lead coming out front. Some outside smoke from Gabriel in lane 8. Yes, we have Brandon's out in a 22.77 for the first 50. Second seed under this morning was, we have a 23.3 from Jacob Johnson in lane 3. But it looks like it's Brandon Fleck here. It's his race to win or lose. He's in control of the last 10, 15 yards. Again, his time this morning was a 48.40. And the evening was a 48.23, followed closely by Jacob Johnson with a 48.81. On deck is event number 35, girls 11-12, 200-yard freestyle. Event number 35, girls 11-12, 200-yard freestyle. In the B final, in lane 1, Mia Joud, Mako. In lane 2, Olivia Amorin, Parkland. In lane 3, Ryan Zinzer, Penn Charter. In lane 4, Alice Lehman, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 5, Mia Pari, Lancaster Aquatics. In lane 6, Marley Swain, Central Bucks. And in lane 7, Carly Jacobs, Monocacy. And in lane 8, Ava Sargarm from MAC. That's Methocton, Mr. Referee. Top seed in this morning's swims were Alice Lehman from Jersey Wahoos with a 2:05.91. So that's the mark that we're all looking to beat this morning. Excuse me, from this morning's swims. Our leader at the 50 is Alice with a 28.71. Still staying long. Nice strong kick, tight turns. We want to see how much distance we can get off the walls. Lane 7, Anna Mumford is really pushing the lead here out for the first 100 from lane 7 from, I'm sorry, that's Carly Jacobs, that is, not, that's Carly Jacobs from Monocacy down in Maryland. Out in 2 minutes, or excuse me, 1 minute .02, out for a slight lead over Alice Lehman from Jersey Wahoos. Those are the only two swimmers that were out in a minute point. Everybody else was out in a 1:01 or slower. Still holding the lead as she swims by the announcer here. I can see I posted just after the 75 turn, and I could really still see that she was extended her lead a little bit. Let's see where she finishes at the 50 with a 50 to go. Still holding that lead. Now it's up over a second. She's at a 1:32.89. And remember that Carly this morning was a 2:08.35. At the turn with 1:25 to go, she looks like she has about a half a body length lead still over Alice Lehman. Alice Lehman is starting to try to see if she can pick up the tempo to catch her. Mia Pari from Lancashire Aquatic Club is fighting back as well. And the win will go to Carly Jacobs from Monocacy in lane number 7 with a 2:05.33. Again, her morning seed time was a 2:08.35. That's a nice drop from a couple hours ago. That brings us to our next on deck will be our A final. Event number 35, girls 11-12, 200 yards freestyle, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Alex Shim. In lane 2, Maddie Blau, Keystone. In lane 3, Victoria Williams, unattached. In lane 4, Ashley Mellinger, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 5, Audrey Devereaux, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 6, Callie Collins, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 7, Anna Mumford, Mako. And in lane 8, Cameron Jones, Hatboro. Mr. Referee. Okay, the A final is now in the water. Ashley Mellinger this morning had the top seed of a 1:57.89. 4 swimmers were under the 2-minute barrier. It's one of those things that's, as a swimmer, you're trying to get to. Under 2 minutes for a 200 free. Under a minute for the first time in 100, some things that you never forget. Well, unless you're 50 years old like some of us, and you can't be happy that you forget them. Out in the lead, it is Ashley Mellinger with a 27.43, followed closely behind by Audrey Devereaux in a 27.55. The two of them have started to separate themselves from the rest of the field. At the 100 turn, we're looking at about a 57.59 for Ashley and a 57.84 for Audrey. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, looks like about 5 swimmers out under a minute here. See how everybody can close up to finish the last 100 of the race. I know I got to watch Ashley and Audrey the other night, so both swimming the 500 free, so not really concerned about whether their arms are going to get tired too much because I know that they can handle a 500, they can handle a 200. Both are at 30 points for the 50 split at a 127.94. Third place right now is jumped up to lane 1, Alex, swimming trying to keep up with them. So we'll see how this finishes. It looks like at the 25 to go, we still have Ashley out in front with about a body length lead now over Audrey. And it is going to be Ashley taking the win here with a 1:57.23, about a half a second faster than her morning swim, followed closely by Audrey, who's a couple tenths faster. Big drop, though, for Alex up in lane 1 from a 2:02 to a 2:01. Third place was Callie Collins from Jersey Wahoos in lane 6. On deck is event 36, boys 11-12, 200-yard freestyle. Event number 36, boys 11-12, 200-yard freestyle, swimming in the B final. In lane 1, Timothy Hong from Penn Charter. In lane 2, Parsha Jahari from Methacton. From Monocacy. In lane 3, Jack Baumgartner from Hatboro. In lane 4, Timmy Garber from Cumberland Valley. In lane 5, Jude DeMooney from Mako. In lane 6, Aiden Walsh, unattached. In lane 7, Oliver Ritchie, Parkland. And in lane 8, Andrew Morton, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee. Okay, the B final tonight, we have 8 boys swimming the B final heats. Times range from a 2:09 to a 2:05, so not a lot of separation amongst these young men. Our top seed this morning, Timmy Garber from Cumberland Valley, was 2:05.18 this morning. We'll see if anybody can match that number, or how many people can match that number, and to see if Timmy can bring that time down from the morning swim. Well, the morning swim for these young men was about 2 hours ago. The 11-12 session was run this afternoon around 2 o'clock. So that is Timmy Garber out in lane 4 out in the lead with a 28.19. Coming into the 100 turn here, we'll see the boys are about 5-6 yards away right now. Coming into his turn is going to be Timmy Garber with the lead still in a 1 minute .28. With a very slight lead over lane 3, Jack Baumgartner from Hatboro, both at 1:00. And Jude DeMooney, would like to thank Jude DeMooney's mother last night, who was, I believe, our camera operator. She did a great job last night. Tight race between lanes 3. It looks like lane 3, Jack Baumgartner has taken the lead right now. And he has definitely in lane 3 at a 1:32.84. But still a very close race in the middle of the pool. With the 25 to go, I can see Jack flipping first. The next 3 boys, lanes 4, 5, and 6, are coming after him. Somewhere in lane 6, Aiden Walsh is putting his head down and trying to make a move on him. Very tight race in the middle of the pool. Looks like the win is going to go as a very tight race. We have Jack Baumgartner in lane 3 with a 2:05.43. And a second place tie between Jude and Aiden in lanes 5 and 6 with a 2:05.66. Nice job, gentlemen. On deck, A final. Event number 36, boys 11-12, 200-yard freestyle, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Brody Reber, Lancaster. In lane 2, Julian Tropea, Penn Charter. In lane 3, Ryan Moyer, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 4, Cinco Perez, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 5, Colin McGraw, Keystone. In lane 6, Jackson Edwards, Pittsburgh Elite. And in lane 8, Jack Martin, Lancaster Aquatic Club. And in lane 8, Wyatt Bolin, Cumberland Valley Aquatic Club. Mr. Referee. As the public dress announcer said, this is event number 36, boys 11-12, 200-yard freestyle, swimming in the A final. Top seed this morning was Cinco Perez in lane number 4 from Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics with a 1:58.83. I'd like to give a shout out to Dr. and Mrs. Perez for helping out this morning, being the announcer and the camera operators. Thank you for doing a great job this morning. Hope I can hold up to your standards. So at the 50 turn, it looks like it's lane 2. Julian out in a 27.39, followed closely by Colin McGraw at a 27.47. Again, we had 2 lengths down and 6 to go. Very tight race in the middle of the pool. Nobody's trying to expend too much energy, trying to keep everything tight. Out in lane 2, that's still Julian with a 57.64, followed close by Cinco Perez at a 57.91. And then a horde of 3 gentlemen going 58s. See who's got a little bit of energy left in the legs to try to pick it up. See if Julian can hold off Mr. Cinco here. Kind of remember watching Cinco swim this morning. He was a little bit of a save-up kind of guy. The last 50 really turned it on. Let's see if he's got that same thing left here in the tank here, because he's now turned first at a 128.19, followed closely by Julian up in lane 2 with a 128.79. See who's got that sprint legs left, who's got a little left in the tank to finish the race up. Definitely looks like Cinco Perez is going to pull this one out. He still looks like he's driving strong with 10 meters to go. And it is Cinco Perez with a 158.08 for the win, followed close by Julian up in lane 2 with a 158.44. Followed by Jackson Edwards with a 159.22. And in fourth place, Colin McGraw with a 159.40. Again, after each stroke change today, we're going to have about a 5-minute break, and we are at that time right now. Reminder to all swimmers and coaches, there's a 5-minute break here. Both pools are open for warm-up and warm-down. It is very important to know that we do not dive at any time during these warm-ups and warm-downs, that we are feet first entry at all times. Thank you. Event number 25, girls 13-14, 200-yard breaststroke. In the B final, in lane 1, Tamara Engler, tops. In lane 2, Paige Fisher, Malvern. In lane 3, Mimi Kim, Suburban. In lane 4, Eliza Miller, Philadelphia Elite. In lane 5, 5-star, Morgan Conway. In lane 6, Renee Bach from Jersey Wahoos. In lane 7, Lillian DeMartis from Penn Charter. And in lane 8, Natalie Chiplick from Parkland Aquatic Club. Mr. Referee. As the announcer said, we are on event 25, girls 13-14, 200 breaststroke. Our leader this morning, Eliza Miller, was at 2:29.68. Looks like she's out pretty quick this morning in a 32.82 for the first 50. Still out the lead at the 75 mark. Coming into our 100 turn, out in a 110.02 and a 110.55 is lanes 4 and lane 3. Still battling out for a tight little race between Eliza and Minji. Again, it looks like lane 3 has taken over the lead a little bit, so keep that in mind. It brings us to the 150 turn. Tight race between lane 3 and lane 4 still. 149.01 and a 149.56. Real close. Looks like lane 3 is still just sneaking out a little bit ahead. That would be Minji Kim from Suburban. Hey, bud. How are you? You're welcome. Don't scare me like that anymore. Good. That's what I thought too. Oh, you can't breathe through it. Yeah. That was. You're gonna put a juice on the bathroom. You going in? Okay, that takes us to the win of that heat. See who it is? That is lane 3 with a 2:28.66. A good drop from this morning's 2:31.32. So we had a nice swims there. That brings us to our A final. In lane number 1, we have Issa Liu from Plymouth White Marsh. In lane 2, Cammie Schwartz from Lancaster. In lane 3, Esther Park, Penn Charter. In lane 4, Tori Abruzzo from Plymouth. In lane 5, Lily Moore from Keystone. In lane 6, Ava Knopsnyder, Lancaster. In lane 7, Annie's Lee, Upper Dublin. And in lane 6, Madison Washok from Nittany Lion. Mr. Referee. Okay. Okay, it brings us to our A final. The top seed this morning was Tori in lane 4 with a 222.09. Second and third right behind her was Lily and Esther at 225.65 and 225.68 respectively. Tight heat here between second through 8 here. We're less than about a 3-second difference between those 7 swimmers. Out in the first, out fast. Oh, in lane number 5 is Lily Moore with a 32.29. Followed closely by Tori in lane 4 with a 32.57. Coming into our 100 turns here, looks like it's going to be Tori out in a 108.39, followed closely by Lily Moore with a 108.69. And down here in lane 7, that's Annie from Upper Dublin out in a 108.93. Annie this morning was a 228, so looks like we're looking for possibly a big drop from Annie over here in lane 7. Again, long pullouts, real long pullouts here still by Tori. Really separating the field a little bit on these pullouts. And she does turn there at a 1:45.06. Now stretched her lead out to about 1.4 seconds over both lanes 5 and 7. That will be Lily and Annie. Still on pace for very, very fast swims here. Lane 3 sliding up into this now is Esther Park from Penn Charter, but it still looks like it's Tori's race all the way from the beginning. And it is Tori coming in at a 2:21.25, followed in lane 7 by Annie with a 2:23.54. Again, that's a 5-second drop from her morning swim. Third place goes to Lily Moore with a 2:24.50. And a shout out to Lily Moore's mother. Happy birthday, Mrs. Moore. 29 again. That brings us to our next event number 26, boys 13-14, 200-yard breaststroke. Swimming in the B final in lane 1, Brandon Fleck, George School. Lane 2, John Franchetti, Dolphin. In lane 3, Ivan Sharenko from Monocacy. In lane 4, Jonathan Hughes, Nittany Lion. In lane 5, Nevin Shaw, unattached. In lane 6, Garrett Mitchell from Monocacy. In lane 7, Carter Robinson, Pittsburgh Elite. And in lane 8, Zap Kripchik, I'm awful on that one, sorry, Radner, Mr. Referee. That sounds like it was more like a Captira in lane 8. I apologize for that, Zach and your family. Taking our race out fast is lane 3. That's Ivan from Monocacy out in a 29.76, followed closely by Nevin Shaw in lane 5 with a 29.89. Sorry, not to be Ivan probably in lane 3. Looks like a 3-person race here in the middle. Looks like Jonathan Hughes from Nittany Lion Aquatic Club is jumping up with the other 2. At the 100 split, we looks like we're going to be real tight between lanes 5 and 3 with a 104.66 compared to a 104.96. About a 3/10 separation now between the 2 of them. With 100 to go, we're halfway through. Coming into our 50 turn, still looks like it's the same people battling, but I think lane 5, Nevin Shaw has pulled out a little bit, and he has there with a drop the hammer on a 36.29 50 split there. at a 1:40.95. He's extended a lead now over a second that he got on that 50 alone. See if he can hold on and finish out this race. Okay, Nevin's time this morning was a 2:20.38. Let's look where he's at. We're sitting at about a 2:12 right now with just a few yards to go. And he will touch first today in a 2:17.49. So a nice healthy 3-second drop from this morning's swims. That brings us to our A final on deck for 13-14 boys, 200-yard breaststroke. Event number 26, boys 13-14, 200-yard breaststroke, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Joshua Kim from Jersey Wahoos. In lane 2, Christian Dante from Fox Chapel. In lane 3, Gavin Tran from Keystone. In lane 4, Anthony Cole from Upper Dublin. In lane 5, Samuel Lee from Monocacy. In lane 6, Alexander Zilub from Vitali. In lane 7, Andre Gibson from Monocacy. And in lane 8, Connor Simpkins from Suburban. Mr. Referee. Top seed this morning from this morning's swims is Anthony in lane 4 from Upper Dublin with a 2:11.84. Second place was Samuel Lee and Gavin Tran were second and third with 2:13s. So they were a little bit more than a second and a half behind. Coming into the 50, going out in a 29.16 is going to be Anthony in lane 4. Followed closely by Gavin Tran with a 29.17 for the first 50. Looks like these three gentlemen in the middle have separated themselves from everybody else. Very, very tight race. Again, this morning's swims were 2:11 for Anthony and 2:13 for Samuel and Gavin. Long strokes, long pull-outs is the key to swimming a 200 breaststroke smooth and efficiently. At the 100 turn, we are at that is lane 3. That is now Gavin Tran taking over the lead with a 1:01.74. Those of you know, Gavin Tran is just 13 years old. I know that because about a month and a half ago, he turned from 12 to 13. He happens to swim here at Keystone Aquatic Center. Gavin has still got a little bit of a lead over Anthony, but Anthony's got to see how Anthony finishes this long. I know both of them won their heats this morning, so they didn't have much of a race to go through. The 3 top seeds this morning were the 3 top seeds. That's Gavin out in the 1:35.38. Had about a full second faster than everybody in the field there on that 50. See if he can maintain that and keep that speed going. I know Gavin's best time is around a 2:09 personally, so we'll see if he can get back down to that mark and see if he can bring the other 2 gentlemen with him. Okay, we about 10 meters to go here, finishing up with this men's 13-14 200-yard breaststroke. And it is going to be Gavin Tran with the win with a 2:09.48, followed by Anthony with a 2:10.75, and Samuel Lee then with a 2:12.69. So all 3 gentlemen were under their times this morning. Christian Dantley dropped 2 seconds up in lane number 3. Lane 1 had a best time. We had a whole lot of best times there. Good swim, gentlemen. On deck, we will have 11-12s, 50 breaststrokes. Event number 37, girls 11-12, 50-yard breaststroke, swimming in the B final. Eden McNally, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 2, Hannah Turner, Keystone. In lane 3, Alex Shim, unattached. In lane 4, Marley Swain, Central Bucks. In lane 5, Mabel Walburn, 5-star. In lane 6, Anushka Verma, Hershey. Lane 7, Maggie Spermello, Plymouth Whitemart. In lane 8, Cora Beaver, Monocacy. Mr. Referee. Again, girls 11, 12, 50-yard breaststroke. This is going to be a down and back dash, so not a lot of time here. Top seed this morning was Marley Swain in lane 4 with a 24:41. She was the only swimmer under 35 seconds this morning. Looks like at the 25 mark, we have a slight lead for lane 3, Alex. Looks like it's very tight, though, all the way across the board. Very tight race. The win goes to Alex in lane number 3 with a 34.37, followed closely by lane 6 with a 35.58, followed very tightly by lane 7 and 8. We're both 34.74 and 34.75. Very, very, very tight race. Brings us to our A final next. In the A final, in lane number 1. Takes us to the A final now. In lane number 1, Addison Hunter from Monocacy. Lane 2, Viola Vellet from Lower Moreland. In lane 3, Julie Chong from Dolphin. In lane 4, Addie Johnson, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 5, Anna Majewski, Central Bucks. In lane 6, Ariana Dye, Upper Dublin. In lane 6, Ila Spauman, Hatboro. And in lane 8, Harbor Campbell from Dolphin. Mr. Referee. Again, the top seed this morning was Addie Johnson with a 31.87. In lane 4, looks like she still has that a bit of a lead. Coming into the wall, it is going to be Addie Johnson with a 32.09 for the win, followed closely by lane number 5, that is a 32.51 from Central Bucks. That's Anna. Okay, I apologize for that Lower Moreland. It's Lower Marion in lane 2 for Viola Villet. Event number 38, boys 11, 12, 50-yard breaststroke. In the B final in lane 3, Marco Santos, Cumberland Valley. Lane 4, Austin Fastrich, Keystone. Lane 5, Peter Savaji from MAC. And in lane 6, Tom Howard, Pittsburgh Elite. Mr. Referee. Top seed this morning was Austin Fastrich with a 34.80. Shout out to his papa. His papa turned 50 over the week, just in case you didn't even know. Jeff Fastrich is now 50. 50 plus a couple days, but it looks like it's going to be Austin Fastrich with the win here with a time of very close, 34.33 for the win for Austin Fastrich. Event number 38, boys 11, 12, 50-yard breaststroke in the A final. In lane 1, Jack Baumgartner from Hatboro. In lane 2, Wyatt Stetter from Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 3, Gino Falditz from 5-Star. In lane 4, Ryan Moyer, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 5, Kyle Spauman, Hatboro. Lane 6, Brady Manzer, Upper Dublin. In lane 7, Ivan Jan, Malvern. And in lane 8, Nathan Jang, Penn Charter, Mr. Referee. Okay, it takes us to the final event of this, final heat of boys 50-yard breaststroke. Again, down and back. And it looks like Ryan Moyer's taking it out to a lead. He had a substantial seed time faster than everybody else, over a second from the morning swims. He was seeded with this morning swim or afternoon was a 30.79 coming into finals tonight. Let's see where he can drop that, possibly under a 30 point. And the touch is 30.52, so drops a little bit. Second place goes to Kyle in lane number 5 with a 32.38. That finishes up our breaststroke events for a moment. We will take about a 5-minute break before we get into the girls 13-14 200 backstroke is the event on deck. Just a reminder, these 5-minute breaks, the pool is open for warm-up and warm-down as long as we are feet first entry only. Thank you. There's a 5-minute break right now, sir. We have a 5-minute break before we start the 200 backstrokes. Thank you, Sean. Event number 27, girls 13-14, 200-yard backstroke. In the B final, in lane 1, Megan Trilogy from Jersey Wahoos. In lane 2, Ava Coombs from Plymouth. In lane 3, Isalou from Plymouth. In lane 4, Lainey Oswald from Suburban. In lane 5, Anya Samirja from Monocacy. Lane 6, Nicole Hassis, Keystone. Lane 7, Emerson DeBach, Suburban. And in lane 8, Sarah Cohen, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee. Event 27, this girl's 13-14 backstroke. Our top seed this morning, Lainey Oswald from Suburban, was 2:14.84. Times were very tight here. We have less than 2 seconds. We're going from our first place to our 8th place. See if everybody can hold this race together. Looks like we got a fast lead over here in lane 6. At the turn, it looked like, but I know we're only 25 yards into it. And that is out in front in lane 2 is Ava Combs from Plymouth out in the 30.43, followed closely by Nicole Hassis in a 30.67 from Keystone. So coming in now to the 75 turn, still lane 2. Ava is still out in front. Ava is still moving down the pool. Getting ready for that turn. Getting ready for that test at a 1:03.12. Yes, Coach Gus, we'll take any request you want. I'm getting heckled from the back behind me. It's okay, I'm usually the one doing the heckling, so fair play, fair play. I still have a little bit more hair on my head than Coach Gus does, but not much. I don't wear a hat because I'm hiding something. I'm also not under the camera. Never stand underneath the camera. That's what I tell coaches. Never stand underneath the camera at the turn. It makes that head shine. It's very shiny, that area. Just that area, nowhere else. Yes, this is live, folks. I am talking live, and it doesn't bother me at all. Out in lane 2, that's still Ava Coombs out there, or Combs, I'm sorry, which one it is. Combs is what got me thinking about hair, combing it over. haven't used the comb since I was like 12, so I'm not really sure what a comb is for anymore. I remember having one in my back pocket when I was a little kid, and I would sit down all the time, and it would like jab me. That's what I remember about it. I may have regressed a little bit. Let's get back to swimming here. And it is Ava's race. She has pulled away. Again, Ava's swim this morning was a 2:15.69. She's going to obliterate that, just crush it with a 2:10.78. In the second place is Nicole Hassis from Keystone Aquatics. Nicole, I know, dropped from a 2:15 this morning down to a 2:12. So great swim for those two. Great swim for all the ladies in that heat. And thanks for Coach Gus making a random stop by here. Event number 27, girls 13-14, 200-yard backstroke. Swimming in the A final in lane 1, Georgia Matich from Parkland. In lane 2, Lauren Opitz, unattached. I think that's probably unattached, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 3, Maddie Camden, Parkland. In lane 4, Tori Abruzzo, Plymouth. In lane 5, Benita Zhao, unattached. In lane 6, Mary Kate Kupski, unattached. In lane 7, Cameron Tilger, Jersey Wahoos. And in lane 8, Gabby Abruzzo, Plymouth. Mr. Referee. Our top seed from this morning was Tori at a 2:03.21. We've seen a lot of Tori this weekend. Most events, I believe, we've seen Tori out in the 200 fly winning that the other night, and the 400 IM the other night. I think we're going to see Tori back here in a couple of weeks for our senior champs along with her older sister. We have our senior classic championships here in 2 weeks where we're going to do this all over again in a prelims final format, separated into a boys session and a girls session, then a combined session for finals. But it is Tori out in front with a 28.32 for the first 50 lead. She's got about a body length lead at the 75. That means we are 5 lengths to go in the swim. 2:03. That would finish her, and just so everybody knows how quick Tori swim is, that would put her into the B final for the boys, 13-14, but she's out in a 59:46. Benita Zal's not that far behind with a 1:01.65. Shout out to Benita's father today. I'm glad to see he's up on his feet. Good to see you, young man. It's always a pleasure when we see you here at the facility. Again, Tori is just stroking to that wall, kick, high body position, stroke for stroke. Coming in at the 150. Remember, she was 59 at the 100. She's going to be about a 131 for the 150 mark, 31.65 there. She can maintain that same pace. We would hopefully, there's a chance that we would be under a 2:03 here, which would be crazy fast in a good way, that is. See if we can finish in as well with 25 to go. I'm sure our cameraman's having a hard time trying to keep up because she is just pulling away from the field, and he's trying to get as many people in the camera shot as he can, but Tori is just nailing this thing to the wall. 2:02.58. So yes, she was able to go under 2:03 with a 2:02.58. Second place is Benita with a 2:08.81. Great swim, ladies. We're glad to see you here swimming here at Keystone Aquatic Center in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. On deck will be the boys 13-14 200 free. Let's see if we can get that same excitement out of the boys that the women just showed. I'm sorry, not girls. The women just showed there. Event number 28, boys 13-14 200-yard backstroke. In swimming in the B final, in lane 1, Noah Serrano, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 2, Gabriel Erb, Monocacy. In lane 3, Liam Broderick, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 4, Joshua Grimstein, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 5, Ethan Moen, unattached. In lane 6, Anthony Cole, Upper Dublin. In lane 7, Cole Stevens, 5-star. And in lane 8, Brady King, Parkland, Mr. Referee. Brings us to event 28, the boys 13-14, heat number 1, which will be the B final. Top seed in this heat this morning was Joshua from Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics with a 2:01.56. Second was Ethan unattached with a 2:02.91. So again, when we have these meets, they're reseeded for, and usually the fastest swimmers are in lane 4, then 5, and they keep going back and forth between lane 3, 6, and so forth, 2, 7, and then 1, and then lane 8. So out in first is 27.56 is our first 50 split for Joshua. Again, Joshua this morning was a 2:01.56. Again, it's pretty tight bunched up here between lanes 4, 5, and 6. Not separating very much from my angle here. It looks like it's less than a body length. And we have 57.9, 58.3, 58.8. So about a 1 second difference right now between first, second, and third. Again, this morning, those times for those three gentlemen were 2:01, 2:02, and 2:03. Looking like it's a bunch of ducks flying through the air. We're getting a nice little V shape going through the pool right now. See what happens here with a 50, a little bit more than a 50 to go. See who can hold these walls the best. See what distance off the walls is so important. Still out in a 128.93. Because Joshua still has a 31.03 for that split. If he can come back with another 31, he's going to be a little happy young man breaking 2 minutes. We go back to that 2-minute mythical bear is always a good thing for a 200. I believe we talked about it earlier for the 11-12 girls 200 free. Same kind of thing holds here with the men's 200 backstroke. Breaking it for the first time is always a good feeling. Once you break it once, you want to just keep pushing it lower and lower. Oh, and yes, he does. He comes back in a 159.74 to break the 2-minute barrier, that is, for Joshua from Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. Glad to see them travel across the state to the wonderful central Pennsylvania, to Carlisle, for our Keystone Aquatic Center. Shout out to Coach Dave back there, getting ready for high school states next week with Upper St. Clair and the rest of his senior group. Event number 28, boys 13-14, 200-yard backstroke, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Tyler Turgeon, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 2, Can Yingling, Suburban. In lane 4, Hunter Raymer, Fox Chapel. That was lane 3. In lane 4, Derek Estep, Keystone. In lane 5, Jack Beam, Jersey Wahoo. In lane 6 is Max Marr, which is a declared false start from Radnor. In lane 7, Cameron Smith from Suburban. In lane 8, Zach Oswald, Suburban. Mr. Referee. All right, that brings us to our final heat, A final of the boys 200 backstroke. Top seed this morning was Derek Estep from Keystone Aquatics with a 156.82. Derek looks to be out in a 26.18 again in lane 4. Still turning at the 75. Again, we're looking at that distance off the walls. We want to try to be at 5 to 10 yards, preferably towards 10 yards if we can, because our body swims faster in the dolphin motion off the wall than we ever will be on top of the water. Less surface tension. Derek is out in a 54.56 for the first 100, followed closely by Jack from Jersey Wahoos at a 56.34. In lane 3 then we have Hunter Raymer from Fox Chapel Killer Whales and out in the 57.83. Again, we're about 3 laps to go. Looks like Derek Estep has separated himself by about a body length here. Flipping at the 150 with a 124.39. If we could bring that back under 30, we'd be touching that 153 range, and nothing wrong with a 153 when you're a 14-year-old boy. Saw him do that last night in the 200 fly. I think he was a 153.99, so if you're going to get under 154, that's the way to do it. Especially if your grandmother's giving you like $1 for her best time and make it by 1/100 of a second, just keep knocking it little by little. But I'm sure he'd rather be 151, but he'll get there. Finishes that race as the 153.48 for Derek Estep in the 200 backstroke. Second place goes to Jack from Jersey Wahoos, who dropped from a 157 to a 156. Great swim, gentlemen. Will bring us over to on deck will be event 39, girls 11, 12, 100 backstroke. Next age group down will be doing half the distance. Event 39, girls 11, 12, 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in the B final in lane 1, Eda McNally, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 2, Anna Mumford, Mako. In lane 3, Lauren Mitleiter, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 4, Alice Lehman, Jersey Wahoos. Lane 5, Alex Shim, unattached. In lane 7, Ariana Dye, Upper Dublin. In lane 7, Alice Lake, Radnor. In lane 8, Cameron Jones, Hatboro. Mr. Referee. Top seed this morning was Alice Lehman from Jersey Wahoos with a 105.49, followed very closely behind by Alex in lane 5 with a 105.78. And Lauren in lane 3 from Pittsburgh Elite with a 105.86. Very close heat, especially in the top 3. Looks like lane 5 has really jumped out on this. That's Alex jumping out to an early lead here. I know we're only 45 yards into the swim, but she's definitely jumped on this heat here. She's going to be flipping here at the turn at a 30.76. Almost a full second over second place, which is lane 4 with a 31.72. So again, this is a 100-yard backstroke, half of what we just got done watching. Top seed again, Alice was a 105.49, and Alice was 140.49, and Alex was a 105.78 from the morning swims. Alex in lane 5 is still fighting this and pulling away. Coming into the finish here, it's going to be a big drop. We're going to go down to a 1:03.47, which was dropped from a 1:05.78. So over a 2-second drop. It's going to bring us to our on deck is going to be our 11-12 girls A final. Event number 39, girls 11-12 100-yard backstroke, swimming in the A final in lane 1, Bailey Corden from Monocacy. Lane 2, Ashley Mellinger, Lancaster. Lane 3, Callie Collins, Jersey Wahoos. Lane 4, Audrey Devereaux, Jersey Wahoos. Lane 5, Mia Pari, Lancaster. Lane 6, Victoria Williams, unattached. Lane 7, Madeline Blau, Keystone. And in lane 8, Sylvia Carlson, Monocacy. Mr. Referee. Again, A final here for girls 100-yard backstroke, 11-12. Top seed was 11-year-old Audrey Devereaux with a 1 minute .64. Again, we get back to those barriers. Minute point for hundreds, 2 minutes for 200s. Has a possibility of somebody getting under here, 100 backstroke out in under a minute. We'll see where we are at the lead. We need to be out in about a 28 something or a low 29. 29-27, it's got a possibility. We got some danceability. I'm not going to say she can't do it because I'm not that guy. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. So she's out in 29.27. A couple of swimmers out in 30.3 up in lane 2. That's Ashley Mellinger. I know Ashley is a pretty good back-end swimmer. I think we saw her swim the 200 freestyle and the 500 freestyle already and has some seriously good swims. Coming in lane 4 is Ashley. Yes, it is. There it is. Your announcer called that one. 59.54. Came back into 30.2 for her first time under a minute. Nice job for an 11-year-old girl. Nice job for anybody. I don't care if you're 14, 15, 18. Or you're a master swimmer. Yeah, if you're 50 years old and you can break a minute in the 100 backstroke, good for you too. But right there, we just saw Audrey Devereaux from Jersey Wahoos go 59.54 for her first time under a minute. That brings us to event number 40. Event number 40, boys 11-12 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in the B final in lane 1, Amir Tasker, Keystone. In lane 2, Parja Jahari, Monocacy. In lane 3, Lincoln Anise from Methacton. In lane 4, Wyatt Stetter, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 5, Marco Santos, Cumberland Valley. In lane 6, Odin Sue, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 7, Tom Howard, Pittsburgh Elite. And in lane 8, Jacob Madden, Mako, Mr. Referee. Okay, boys, 11-12 100-yard backstroke, event number 40. 2 heats, and swimming in the B final. Top seed was Wyatt Stetter from Pittsburgh Elite. He's an 11-year-old, seated with a 1:05.10 this morning from his morning swim. Let's see if he can pull this heat to a fast time. Love seeing when everybody does fast, not always trying to worry about the person in the middle as much as I'm worrying about everybody. Effort, effort, effort. That's what we want to see. Out in the lead here at the turn, though, is going to be a very tight, we have a very tight race between lanes 3, 4, and 5. Between a 31.64 for lane 3 down to a 31.81 for lane 5. So those 3 lanes have definitely separated themselves again. Looking at the 75 turn, I'm seeing, boom, feet. Lane 4 and 5 are touching side by side. Lane 5, Marco has really turned on the spin here the last 15 meters of the pool. Again, Marco this morning was a 1:05.15. Let's see if he can hold on. And that is Marco coming in at a 1:03.83. So again, a nice drop. Nice drop for Wyatt from a 1:05 to a 1:04. So we like to see. I like to see happy, smiling faces. They look up at the scoreboard, and you know if they've done well or not. They're going to show you. They're going to react that way. Event number 40, boys 11-12, 100-yard backstroke, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Wyatt Bolin, Cumberland Valley. In lane 2, Hayden Vicknair, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 3, Cinco Perez, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 4, Colin McGraw, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 5, Jackson Edwards, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 6, Brody Reber, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 7, Connor Borelli, Jersey Wahoos. And swimming in lane 8, Aiden Walsh, unattached. Mr. Referee. Again, here's a great opportunity to see some possible sub-minutes. Again, Cullen McGraw was the sole swimmer under a minute this morning with a 59.39. Let's see what happens here as we go along, but we're coming into the 25 turn. We got Jackson Edwards is really trying to push the tempo on the first 25. Fast rate, fast tempo. Coming into the 50 turn, it looks like we're going to be pretty tight between lane 4 and lane 5. That is lane 4 with a 29.01 for Colin McGraw from Keystone Aquatics. In first, followed tightly by Jackson Edwards from Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. Third looks like it might be up there, and yes, Hayden Vicknair up in lane 2. Followed closely now, Cinco Perez has now jumped into the mix in lane number 3. Cinco never tastes too far out of the race. I've seen him race a lot this weekend. He is a racer, definitely a racer. And that is going to be 58.90 for Mr. Colin McGraw. Mr. Jackson Edwards, real close, gets a 1 minute point 29 from a drop from a 101.73. Cinco Perez dropped over a second up there in lane 3. Good swim, gentlemen. We're going to take a 5-minute break here before we jump into these 500 freestyles for 13-14 as the staff gets the counters out and ready to go. Again, we have a 5-minute break before we swim these 500 freestyles. Thank you. Again, just a reminder of this 5-minute break, we will be having feet first entry, please. Let's make sure that we are feet first entry at all time. Thank you. Event number 29. Event number 29, girls 13-14, 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in the swimming in the B final in lane 1, Mary Kate Kupski. In lane 2, Eliza Miller, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 2, Cameron Tilger, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 4, Maddie Camden, Parkland. Lane 5, Natalie Chiplick, Parkland. Lane 6, Gabby Abruzzo, Plymouth. Lane 7, Hannah Klingsmith, Pittsburgh Elite. And in lane 8, Lily Moore, Keystone Aquatics. Mr. Referee. Okay, that again, as overhead announcer had said, the house announced, we are event 29, girls 13-14, 500-yard freestyle. You're not going to hear a lot of me chirping here, just because it is going to be 20 lanes. We'll be able to watch most of this race on the camera. So this heat ranges from the top seeds, or lanes 4 and 5, Maddie and Natalie were 5:20, pretty closely separated. To Lily Moore was the add-in, lane 8 was a 5:24. So we're only looking at about a 4-second differential between all 8 of these swimmers. Now again, 800 free, who's leading at the 50 doesn't always partake as the most important person who's finishing. Same at the 100 and the 200. Leads will change here and can change here multiple times by multiple different swimmers. So we're going to let you just enjoy this for a moment while your announcer here enjoys his Mountain Dew. That is a shout out to Mountain Dew. So anybody who knows me wants to bring me a Mountain Dew at any one time, that is okay with me. Okay, I'm coming back in for the finish of this. Looks like Cameron in lane 3. Just to give you a reminder here, Cameron was a 5:21.36 this morning, who's out in the lead in lane 3. See where Cameron's going to finish. Looks like it's going to be way under that 5:21. Yes, it's 5:17.83. So we went from having no swimmers under 5:20 this morning to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 swimmers under. Some really fast drops here. Yeah, we have 5:19, 5:17, 5:19, 5:18, 5:20. Great job, ladies. That's going to bring us to our A final of the 500 free. As soon as we switch out our counters, we'll have the counters removed from the first heat. We'll jump in the counters for the second heat. Event number 29, girls 13-14, 500-yard freestyle, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Amelia Bug, Monocacy. In lane 2, Lydia Gonzalez, unattached. Lane 3, Caitlin Colsar, Suburban. Lane 4, Tori Abruzzo, Plymouth. In lane 5, Ava Knopsnyder, Lancaster. Lane 6, Annie Z, Upper Dublin. Lane 7, Ava Coombs, Plymouth. And in lane 8, Sophia Carlos, Fast. Mr. Referee. Okay, as the announcer just said, we're going to be at event 29, girls 13-14, 500 free, swimming in the A final. Give you an idea here, we were 5:19 for Malia and 5:20 for Sophia. In lane 4, Tori this morning was a 5:02.85. And Ava Knopsnyder from Lancaster Aquatic Club, second seed, was a 5:10.64 this morning. We've seen a lot of Ava and Tori battling out in the middle of the lanes for the course of the weekend. Doesn't really matter what the event is. It seems like Tori is up there. So we'll see again, 500 free. It's not always about how fast you take it out. It's more or how fast you finish it. It's how fast you feel as you're going through. If you can maintain a long, steady stroke without hurting yourself, keep that momentum going for every stroke, distance off your walls, not a lot of slow breathing, and sing a good song. Sometimes it matters about what song you're singing. Don't sing a slow-tempoed song. Save that for the mile. Save that for the 3,000-yard time swim in practice. Everybody loves that T30. Sing a real slow, like Stairway to Heaven, something like that. Here, a little bit more upbeat. Change speeds on yourselves. At the 100, we're out in 57.0 and 57.2 for lanes 4 and 5. At the halfway mark, Tori's out in 2:28. She keeps holding these 30.2s. There might be a shot. I think we got a shot here, a break in 5 minutes for Tori. We're out in a 2:28 at the halfway mark. That bell lap means we're approaching the end, and Tori just hit the last wall of the day before she finishes in this race. Right now we're at 4:55, so it's going to be real close to that 5-minute barrier. And it's 5:0.05, so 6/100ths of a second off. And she gave it, you look at that last 50, that's a 28:05. There's nothing left in the tank when you got that going on. So 5:00.05. On deck will be boys. Event number 30, 13-14, 500 free is on deck. Event number 30, 13-14 boys, 500-yard freestyle, swimming in the B final. In lane 1, Luke Hartman, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 2, Noah Lang, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 3, Liam Broderick, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 4, Luke Mumma, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 5, Noah Serrano, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 6, Gavin Shiflett, Suburban. Lane 7, Jack Beam, Jersey Wahoos. And in lane 8, Brady King, Parkland. Mr. Referee. So for the B final here of the 500 free for 13-14 boys, the top seed this morning was lane 4, Luke Mumma from Jersey Wahoos at a 4:57.71. His teammates were on both sides of him here. So we have Liam Broderick in lane 3. This morning time was a 4:58.75. Luke was 4:57.71. And Noah was a 4:58.52. So it looks like a good training setup for the 3 people in the middle. Probably swim each other every day in practice. Well, guess what? Here's a 500 free. Let's race all over again, just like practice. Jump back in here on the mic for a few bits. Looks like Noah at the 400 mark is still holding 50s under 30. Still keeping that well under the 5-minute barrier. Looks like we have 4 swimmers, possibly 5 swimmers that are going to be under that 5-minute barrier this time. See if lane 2 can stay with the group. This morning, I hope so, because this morning Noah was 5:00.08. I'm sure when he looked up there, he was excited to have a best time, but again, it's that barrier. Those barriers are there. The top time in the A final tonight is 4:50 with Derek E-step. So Noah here is going to be pushing towards that, where the top 2 seeds were going to be right around where he is right now today on this evening swim. And again, we still have 5 guys under that potential for a sub 5-minute 500 free. And it is in lane 5 with a 4:51.89. Big drop for Noah from a 4:58 this morning to a 4:51. And yes, we do have 5 swimmers now under. So good for Noah Lang there from Pittsburgh Elite. I'm sure he's excited to get under that 5-minute mark. Event number 30, boys 13-14, 500 free, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Tyler Turgeon, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 2, Evan Barato, Penn Charter. In lane 3, Brandon Fleck, George School. In lane 4, Derek E-step, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 5, Ken Yenlang, Suburban. In lane 6, Christian Dantley, Fox Chapel. In lane 7, Gabriel Cowart, Lower Marion. In lane 8, Sam Huggins, Nittany Lion Aquatic Club. Lower Moreland, lane 7. Mr. Referee. I just wanted to say Lower Marion so bad, I don't know why. So in our A final tonight, our 8 swimmers, Derek E-step was the top seed this morning with a 4 after this morning swims with a 4:50.46. All these swimmers were under the magical 5-minute barrier. And of these swims, we have 8 swimmers in here. 3 of them are only 13. 5 are 14. So we have 3 back, something to look forward to again next year, to have some quick swimming. Whereas the first seed of A in the B final, all the swimmers were 14. So again, we're going to let you enjoy watching this. It's a nice smooth race. Give you the lead here on the first 100. We have Derek E-step out in a 52.74. Followed in, looks like in lane 7 with Gabriel with a 53.83. And up to Evan in lane 2 with a 53.8. So nice spread out across. Lane 8 is still in the front with Sam Huggins from Nittany Lion Aquatic Club. I remember saying Sam's name a little earlier in the 200 breaststroke, I believe. I believe he was the top seed in the B finals earlier. At the halfway mark, we have 2:18.79 for Derek E-step. And second place is Huggins from Nittany Lion Aquatic Club at 2:21. So that's the halfway mark. 10 laps to go, 10 laps down. at the 400 mark. That's 100 to go. We have Derek Estep at 345. Lane 6 and 8 are at 352. Have a nice tight battle for second. Look at those times in lanes 4 through 8 are all 29.9, 30.1, 29.9, 30.2. So they're all holding about the same pace here for the last 100. Coming in the bell lap. That everybody hears that bell lap at 4:13. Derek, depending on how much left he's got in his legs, he could be at that 4:41, 4:42 range. Okay, finish. He's still got that kick. It just picked up a notch. Got that loopy stroke going along. There it is. 4:41.17 for Derek Estep. 4:41.17. Battle for second. Tight battle between lane 6 and 7. Tight. Oh, yes. Going to go to lane 6. That's Christian Dante from Fox Chapel Killer Whales with a drop to a 4:51. And then lane 8, Sam Huggins with a 4:51.68 from Nittany Lion Aquatic Club. Sam, by the way, is a 13-year-old. So just Brandon Fleck up there in lane 3. I saw Brandon earlier some in the 50 freestyle and the 100 freestyle. I think he was the winner in the 100 free. Event number 41, girls 11-12, 100-yard IM. Swimming in the B final in lane 1, Brianna Klock from Lower Marion. In lane 2, Ellie Islam from Monocacy. In lane 3, Ariana Dye, Upper Dublin. In lane 4, Victoria Williams, unattached. In lane 5, Addison Hunter from Monocacy. In lane 6, Alice Lake, Radnor. In lane 7, Viola Villett from Lower Marion. In lane 8, Elias Bauman, Hatboro. Mr. Referee. Top time seed from this morning is Victoria Williams in lane 4 with a 105.68. So again, top time this morning was 105.68 for your lane 5, lane 4 swimmer. Looks like Addison Hunter is out in front on the butterfly. A lot of times IMs are made by breaststroke. Breaststroke is often the separation stroke in IMs. Maybe not so much in the 100 IM as it is the 400 IM. But we'll see. We'll see. We're on lap number 3 right now, getting into the breaststroke leg. We have out in the lead is Victoria in lane 4 with a 29.66. Followed very closely in lane 5 by Addison with a 29.74. Coming into the turn at the 50, looks like Addison Hunter has made a little bit of a separation. And it is lane 5, Addison Hunter, with a 104.81 from a seed time this morning of 106.29. Nice job. That'll bring us to our on-deck heat of girls. Event number 41, girls 11-12, 100-yard IM, swimming in the A final. In lane 1, Julie Chong from Dolphin. In lane 2, Mia Pari, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 3, Callie Collins, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 4, Audrey Devereaux, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 5, Ashley Mellinger, Lancaster Aquatic Club. Lane 6, Maddie Blau, Keystone. Lane 7, Addie Johnson, Lancaster Aquatic Club. And in lane 8, Alice Lehman, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee. Okay, in our A final here in the 100-yard IM, Audrey Devereaux this morning was 101.68, followed closely by Ashley Mellinger with a 102.29. Again, 100 IM is a splash and dash, 4 lengths to the pool, 1 stroke each length, as fast as you can go. Out fast in lane number 4, as I said, is Audrey Devereaux in a 27.85, followed very closely behind by Ashley Mellinger with a 28.14. And it is a battle to the end. It is a serious battle to the end here. Oh, it is Audrey with a 1:00.96, followed very closely by Ashley with a 1:01.15. Definitely a head-to-head battle there for the two of those ladies. On deck is going to be event 42, boys, 11-12, 100-yard IM. Event number 42, boys 11-12, 100-yard IM. Swimming in the B final in lane 1, Timothy Hong, Penn Charter. Lane 2, Gina Faldutz, 5-star. Lane 3, Wyatt Bolin, Cumberland Valley. Lane 4, Ivan Yan, Malvern. Lane 5, Cinco Perez, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 6, Aiden Walsh, unattached. Lane 7, Austin Fastrich, Keystone. And in lane 8, Jacob Madden, Mako. Mr. Referee. Boys 11-12, 100-yard IM. Our top seed this morning is Ivan Yan from Malvern Swim Association at a 1:05.78 in lane 4. Looks like it's going to be a close race out front, taking it out between Ivan and Cinco Perez from Pittsburgh Elite in lanes 4 and 5. They were separated by 2 100ths of a second this morning. See where they finished this afternoon. That is Cinco Perez out front, quick with a 29.62 out in first with a 29.62, followed by in lane 3 by Wyatt Bolin from Cumberland Valley with a 30.31. Breaststroke coming down. We're almost at the turn for breaststroke, and then this announcer's looking straight out, and it's real close between lane 4 and 5, between Ivan and Cinco. Cinco is just kicking it in here. I saw Cinco the other night in the 500 free do some good swimming, so it's got a little bit left in those legs here. It is going to be Cinco with a 1:04.34 with the win, followed by Ivan with a 1:05.15. Again, 1:034 for your win for the B final heat from Cinco Perez from Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. On deck, A final. Event number 42, boys 11-12, 100-yard IM. Swimming in the A final in lane 1, Jackson Shurry, Lancaster Aquatic Club. Lane 2, Wyatt Stetter, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 3, Brody Reber, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 4, Ryan Moyer, Jersey Wahoos. In lane 5, Julian Tropea, Penn Charter. Lane 6, Hayden Vicknair, Keystone. Lane 7, Kyle Spauman, Hatboro. And in lane 8, Jackson Edwards, Pittsburgh Elite. Mr. Referee. Okay, as the announcer said, it's event 42, boys 11-12, 100-yard IM, swimming in the A final. In lane number 4, Ryan Moyer had the top seed this morning of a 1:00.79. Nobody else was under a 1:02, so Ryan this morning separated himself, and I remember seeing Ryan swimming breaststrokes earlier today. I believe he was the 100 breaststroke winner and 50 breaststroke. So we are at the 50 mark turn. It is lane 4. Ryan Moyer with a 27.76 out in the lead, closely followed by number lanes 5 and 6. And the finish here, it is, 100.32. 100.32. Very, very close. It's getting closer. He's getting close. Again, that's Ryan Moyer from Jersey Wahoos with a 100.32, swimming in first. Julianne Tropea in second with a 102.03. And in third, Hayden Vicknair with a 103.24. We're going to take a short break before we jump into these 200 medley relays. First one is going to be girls, followed by girls 13-14, followed by boys 13-14. And then we're going to jump in on 11-12 girls and boys. Again, we have a short 5-minute break. Thank you. Okay, we have a short break here before we jump in for these medley relays. Again, if you are a timer in lane 1, 3, 5, or 7, thank you for all you've done tonight. We are finished with lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7. Please, you can bring your equipment over to the control room. But again, the timers for lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7 are finished for the evening. Thank you. Okay, that's the sound of the referee calling me back in to announce event number 31, girls 13-14, 200-yard medley relay. In lane number 2 is Suburban. In lane 4, Keystone. In lane 6, Plymouth. And lane 8, Monocacy. Mr. Referee. All right, we're doing this like to give our shout out to Tom Eastep, our meet director today, for setting up a great meet and having everything run so smoothly, and to Andy Miller, our head meet referee. Without you guys, there's no way we could do what we do here at Keystone, and we appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. We appreciate all the volunteers and parents that help support this. Without the help of support of volunteers and parents, there's no way that we could run meets, let alone successful meets. Out in the lead here, we have, 26.62 for the first lead. That is smoking fast for a 50 backstroke. So you can keep this thing up as PWAC goes through. I wonder if that might have been Tori Abruzzo there with PWAC. They have definitely separated themselves with that backstroke leg. You know, if you have, depending on what you're viewing this on, the upper left-hand screen of your picture should be the scoreboard. Be able to tell you what the splits are. A little bit easier to see with only 4 lanes up there, but you can still see. Looked like Keystone Aquatics there had the fastest breaststroke leg there at a 30.89. Still, PWAC has got about a 2 body length lead on the rest of the field. Still driving into that wall. Again, this is a combined from what we had this morning. We had 2 heats of this event during this morning, so first place would actually be which one ever had the fastest time from all 3 heats. This is a timed final event. It's not just a finals here. So we finish out at PWAC is out in the front. Do not know what the times were from the morning, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is a pretty quick time compared to what those might have been. So finishing in first from PWAC with a 150.65. Coming in second in this heat will be Suburban with a 154.63, followed by Keystone with a 155.42, and Monocacy in at a 155.89. On deck will be the boys 13-14. Event number 32, boys 13-14, 200-yard medley relay. They'll have 1 heat in lane 2, Monocacy. In lane 4, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 6, Pittsburgh Elite. And in lane 8, Suburban. Mr. Referee. So again, 13-14 boys, 200-yard medley relay. In lane 2 is Monocacy. Lane 4, Keystone. Lane 6, Pittsburgh Elite. And in lane 8, Suburban. Got a feeling that in lane 4 out there in the front, that's going to be Derek Eastep after watching him swim the 200 backstroke earlier. Pretty sure that's him swimming 50 backstroke on this relay. Coming in at a 24.48 for a backstroke split. And I know that looks like Gavin Tran out for Keystone Aquatics, the winner of the 200 breaststroke. So not surprised right now that Keystone Aquatics is out front. Coming into breaststroke or butterfly legs here, we have Keystone out in a 52.1. Close followed closely behind Monocacy at a 54.1 and Pittsburgh Elite at a 54.7 and Suburban Club at a 55.5. Coming in our butterfly splits. Looks like Suburban's got a really fast, strong butterfly leg here. Keystone Aquatics is still out in the lead with a 116.96, followed by Suburban at a 119.03, Pittsburgh Elite at a 120.1, and Monocacy at a 121.1. Coming in the last leg at 25 of the race. Looks like Keystone Aquatics is still hanging on out front. Looks like Brandon Moran finishing that swim for Keystone at a 1:39.91. 22.95 for the anchor there, and a 22.96 for the anchor over in Suburban with a 1:41.99. Third place was Pittsburgh Elite, a 1:43.58, followed by Monocacy at a 1:44.08. We have 2 sets left. We'll have 11-12 girls next. Event number 43, girls 11-12, 200-yard medley relay. In lane 2, Monocacy. In lane 4, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. And in lane 8, Lower Marion. Mr. Referee. Okay, event 43, girls 11-12, 200-yard medley relay. The last event for the girls this evening. Lane 2 is Monocacy. Lane 4, Lancaster Aquatic Club. Lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. And lane 8 is Lower Marion. Looks like Jersey Wahoos has Audrey Devereaux out in front here, who is the winner of our 100 backstroke today. In lane 6, that puts her in at 28.27. 28.27. Okay, a breaststroke legs there. 32.20 was the fastest split there. That was from Lancaster Aquatic Club. Brought them into the lead here over Jersey Wahoos at a 1:02.10. Followed closely by Jersey Wahoos at a 1:02.55. Again, these swims will be added into the swims from this morning to find out who actually is the finish winner. We had one heat earlier swim this morning. Lancaster Aquatic Club is still in the lead with a 27.03 for a split. Monocacy and Jersey Wahoos had 27.7 and 27.9 for their split respectively. It's a very tight race here finishing up between lane 4 and lane 6. It's going to be tight. I think lane 6 has now slid into the front. We'll look at the scoreboard and check it out here for a second. Yes, it is lane 6 with Jersey Wahoos with a 1:55. They had a 25.33 for their anchor leg there. Coming in at a 1:55.61. Second place was Lancaster Aquatic Club with a 1:56.98. We have one heat to go, one heat remaining. What's up, buddy? Event number 44, boys 11-12, 200-yard medley relay. Heat number 1 and only one. In lane 2, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 4, Pittsburgh Elite. In lane 6, Keystone Aquatics. And in lane 8, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee. In lane 6, that's Keystone Aquatics out in the lead with a 28.03 out in the lead is Keystone Aquatics. See who's got the breaststroke legs coming up. It's a very tight race. Lane 8 has just jumped up there with lane 6. Lane 8 is going to be taking the lead here in the breaststroke leg. That is a Jersey Wahoos. That's probably Ryan Moyer, who's won all the breaststrokes things we've had here this weekend. Yes, that is a 31.05 for a breaststroke leg. for a 12-year-old boy. Not really shabby. Everybody else is 33, 33, and 34. Let's get on to the butterfly leg, and let's see what happens here. It's going to be a tight race. All four coming in on this freestyle leg, I think. Looks like Keystone has moved out to the front a little, just by a little bit. Just a little bit there. Yes, that's Keystone at a 130.75, followed second now by Lancaster Aquatic Club, has jumped up into second place up in lane 2, about 2 seconds behind lane 6. So again, 50 freestyle to go, 25 turn and burn to get to the wall. I believe that's Yars anchoring it for Keystone Aquatics out there in lane number 6. And 157.01 for Keystone with the win, followed closely by Lancaster Aquatic Club in a 25.97. Quick anchor there for Pittsburgh Elite in the 24.70. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. We'll be back again at this tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock when we start our prelims for the 13-14s. 11-12s in the afternoon, and then we'll be back for one more set of finals tomorrow night at 5:30. Thank you, and keep watching us on YouTube and Facebook. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, sir. I'll I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today for our wonderful second day, finishing up our second day of the 2020 Junior Keystone Classic. If you can, make sure you clean up the area you're at, please. There's trash cans all over the facility. We prefer if you put your trash in the trash cans and not just left on the bleachers for somebody else to do that. Also, we want to make sure that we pick up any belongings you might have. Our lost and found grows every day. And I'll let you know right now, I do not need anything else. I don't need caps, goggles, shirts, t-shirts, socks. Some reason we find lots of socks and they're only singles. So I don't know where the second sock went, but you guys seem to leave them behind. I appreciate the socks, but I don't need any more socks. Thank you. Oh, and don't forget, daylight savings tonight. Don't forget to move your clocks forward. Move your clocks forward. Don't show up late for warm-ups tomorrow morning, 13, 14-year-olds, because you forgot to change your clock. Move your clocks forward. Thank you. Spring ahead, fall behind. It's the springtime.